and fold forward. On an in-breath, lift up, flat back, please. Exhale, forward fold. Take the hands to the back of the legs, flatten the back, engage the legs. Feel yourself press into the feet from the big toe mound to the little toe mound. Press into the back of the heels and lift your instep of each foot, strong foot. Feel yourself engage the low legs. Squeeze the tush. Engage the upper legs. Remember, flat back so you're looking right at the floor. On an in-breath, squeeze the hands into the back of the legs as you rise up, flat back. Just bring the arms all the way up, gliding along the legs. Lift up and let's roll the shoulders down. And then gently roll the shoulders forward. Nice. Gently bring it all the way back down, and we're just going to cross right foot over left. So if you need to transition over to a chair or couch, squeeze the lower legs together. Some of us, if we have balance issues, you're just going to fold forward. Otherwise, we're just going to bring the arms out to the side, lift all the way up, look up, hug the legs, and slowly bring it all the way down as we begin to open up through the low back, into the hips, the legs, wherever you feel the stretch. Maybe hands are clear up here on your thighs. You might have one hand onto a couch or a chair. If you can, bring it all the way down. You can hold on to lower legs. Allow yourself to gently rock from side to side. Take it slow. Feel the stretch, side to side. Come all the way back up to a nice neutral position, please. And then on an in-breath, you can walk your hands up the legs, or you can reverse swan dive. Bring it all the way up, palms to touch. Nice. If you're standing beside a chair, I want you to lift the leg that you can lift without hitting the chair. Otherwise, we're going to take the front foot and we're going to bring it out to the side into a nice balance. Take a full in-breath. And on the exhale, maybe bring the knee up, and maybe you're just touching the floor or you're holding onto the chair. Bring the arms out to the side. Good, bring the palms all the way back up. And then on an exhale, bring lifted leg to standing leg. Take a full in-breath. And on the exhale, bring the arms back behind you. Keep the crown of the head in the sky. Draw a big circle. As the arms come all the way back up, slowly glide and circle the other way. Nice big movements into the shoulders, into the arms, all the way up. And on an exhale, hands come down to the hips. Take a full in breath, and as you exhale, bring the other foot over, left over right, I believe. Adjust yourself if you're using a chair or a wall or a couch. Again, take a full in breath. And as you exhale, you can walk forward and come down. I'll demo both ways, or a reverse swan dive. You should feel this more so in the back leg. Allow the crown of the head to be at the earth. Walking from side to side, hands on the floor, or on the lower legs or upper legs. Feel and be the stretch. Come back to a nice neutral position, soften into the front knee, and press into the back leg any little bit. I can remember as a kid, I lived 2 miles high in Colorado in the Rockies. We had a rope tow, and the rope tow was really short because we would go up the rope tow on our inner tubes. I could do that all day. We'd ride the inner tubes up the hill and take the inner tube down the hill. What is it that you really love to do? On an in-breath, gently walk all the way back up or reverse swan dive. Nice, palms together. On an exhale, let's bring the arms out to the side. If you're holding on to something, just come into cactus on the one arm. We're going to shift and bring the opposite leg, left leg out to the side. Good, and breathe. On an exhale, bend into the knee, draw it up. Take a full in-breath. Be careful, nice focus. And again, your lifted toe can be on the floor. Bring the inner arms together. Take the shoulder blades down, draw in your belly, and on an exhale, bring the elbows all the way back. On an in-breath, press forward. And on an exhale, bring lifted foot and arms down to standing foot. Take and roll the elbows back 2 times. Big movements, working into that upper torso. And then the other way. Good, one more time. Nice. Let's transition into a little bit of core work. So we're going to take the feet hip width apart. You feel into it. It may be a little bit less than hip width apart. Place your palms onto your thighs and begin to sink down. Feel the heels of your feet with about 70% of the weight. You're going to squeeze an imaginary block between the upper thighs and the lower thighs. And you're just going to sink here. If you need, you can keep your hands right here on your thighs. Make sure there's no pressure on your low back. For those of you who want a little bit more, interlace your fingers. Come into that downhill racer position and sink down. And breathe into it. Here's where we really energize. Squeeze the block between the lower legs, the upper legs. Pull the shoulder blades down. Draw in the belly. And then take the muscles from the back side and engage those also as well to the spine. Let's take 5 nice deep breaths. A full in breath in and a full out breath. I call this my standing plank. So allow yourself to really engage the muscles. I'm on the side, so I can really feel this. It's like, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. 3 more breaths. Tucking and holding. Really strengthen. And 1 more full deep breath. On an exhale, gently fold forward. Inhale, lift flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Allow yourself to gently come right down into tabletop. Lift up onto your fingertips. Something underneath the knees if you need it. And then allow yourself, please, on an in-breath to bring the right knee straight back. You'll notice that if I rotate my hip open, I get a whole different stretch. Let's not do that. Let's keep it straight back, so keep it tucked in. And then exhale, knee to nose. 4 more. Try not to rotate that back leg. We'll work inner outer thighs later when we come down onto our backs. Really use a nice exhale to engage the core muscles. Last one. Gently bring it down. Palms down to the floor. Tuck your toes, a nice down dog, and a nice runner stretch. Stand onto one foot and just barely lift the other and roll into that standing foot. If you have a hurt shoulder, you can be in tabletop and extend that right leg and just roll forward and back on the toe. It's a modification. You decide which one is best for you. 1 more breath. Nice. For those of you in tabletop, extend your left foot and roll on the left toes. For those of you in down dog, find your nice solid down dog. Your first one. Pressing the toes up to the sky, externally rotate the shoulders, press the heels into the earth. 1 more breath. On an exhale, everybody gently come down into tabletop and take it all the way back into child. On an in-breath, come all the way forward. Lift and look up, stretching the front body all the way from the groin to the belly fibers. Take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, look to the right, please. Bring it back to neutral and take it over to the other side. Draw it all the way back up, and on an exhale, back into child. Here you have a choice for those of you who want more of a practice. I would ask you to lift up into down dog. Otherwise, stay in child's pose, and on an in-breath, come forward into up dog. Look up at the sky, maybe lift the kneecaps, press into the tops of the feet. Roll it back into child or down dog. One more. Feel the extension of the arms. Coming forward. Take it slow and easy. Let it be a destination, a journey rather than a destination. And gently take it back. We'll all meet into tabletop and back into child. Sweep the hands all the way back. If your forehead does not touch the earth, allow yourself, please, to just place a block or a book underneath. Bring your hands back by your feet and just rock your hips side to side. Allow yourself to come to stillness with the hips. Bring the thumb in, roll the fingers around, and then lengthen it back up. One more time, squeeze, and lengthen out. From there, allow yourself, please, to sweep the arms all the way forward. Back up into down dog. And we're going to walk the feet to the hands. Or hands and feet towards each other. Nice flat back. Soft into the knees. Grab the opposite elbow, squeeze. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. Soft knees. Very soft. So that you can stretch into the hamstrings, the low back. Let the arms go very long and limp. Heavy head, heavy arms. On in-breath. Slowly roll all the way up. Ragdoll all the way up. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. We're going to straps, please. You can grab a belt, a towel, a robe, a belt to the robe. We're going to spread the legs as wide as feels comfortable for you. Line them up. Feet coming 90 degrees forward. And just allow yourself, please, to take the strap into your right hand and bring it all the way up to the sky. Use your left hand on your outer left hip. We're just going to tip over to the side. Not much. We want to feel a nice stretch from the side hip all the way up, extending to the right fingertips. Use your left hand attraction. One more breath. Really reach. Now begin to engage the legs if that feels safe. And make sure that your torso, your left shoulder is lined up with your left foot. It may be that your left foot is wider or out further, depending on how wide your stance is. On an in-breath, gently come up. I'm going to turn around so you can see the back side. We're going to use the back hand to grab the strap. You can see that I have my elbow bent. And I'm just going to traction as I lift with my extended arm in the sky, reaching as high as I can, using the bottom arm to traction. Align the crown of the head right down to the center of the groin. Soften into the knees now, however little bit, and feel yourself roll the tailbone down and under, almost like you're sitting into a chair. And then gently lengthen all the way back up. Nice, and we're just going to bend into the elbow. Some of you will be able to cup your fingers. I cannot do that, so I'm going to gently use the strap to pull that arm down and open up into the shoulder. Soft knees, and on an exhale, begin to fold forward. So we're really stretching into the legs now and opening up deeply into the shoulders. Perhaps the crown of the head comes to the floor, maybe not. Maybe here you want to heel toe out a little bit further. And bring the crown of the head more so to the floor. Please do not overstretch. This is a deep stretch. Allow the lifted or bent elbow to come towards the floor. One more breath. Engage the core muscles, soft knees. Rise all the way back up. Ooh, and then release the strap. Bring the arms out to the side and up. Take the strap a little bit wide and just bring the hands back behind the head if you can. Pull the shoulder blades down. Really engage into the legs now. Squeeze the glute. Pull in the core muscles. This is a deep stretch as well as strengthening. I got really, really, really wide. If you're too wide, heel toe in. After you switch sides. So take the left arm up to the sky. Bring the right arm. And let's stretch over to the side. So you want to feel that stretch from the hip point, shoulder. If you have a hurt shoulder, just bring it by the side and lean into it. I should have given that modification. I know some of you had shoulder issues. One more full deep breath. Myself included, right? On an in-breath, draw it all the way back up. And then allow yourself, please, to redo this. Bend into the elbow. You want to bring the elbow forward. If you get more of a stretch, bringing it out to the side, that's safe to do. It just depends on where you need the stretch. Begin to work your backhand or cup your fingers. Soften into your knees. Engage the legs with soft knees. Squeeze the feet towards each other. Feel the inner leg muscles engage. And then on an exhale, to slowly fold forward. Feel where you're holding the upper torso level with the earth. Engage the back muscles. Hold here and take a couple of breaths. Extend out to the crown of the head. I'm going to widen out a little bit more. You listen to your body. And then on your next exhale, descend it down. Breathe into the shoulders. Energize into those legs. Allow yourself to lift the instep of both feet. Keep the big toe mound on the earth. Now energize the legs. Take a full in-breath. Full out breath. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the earth. One more breath. Allow yourself to disengage the leg muscles. Soften into the knees. Engage the core and slowly rise all the way back up. Allow yourself one more time to bring the arms all the way up. If you got too wide, heel toe one foot in at a time until you get to a space to where it feels really good. Take a full in-breath. And as you exhale, glide your hand on the strap, the belt, and see if you can bring it back behind you. Again, if you have a hurt shoulder, just keep that one arm down and extend the other arm. Feel yourself engage into both shoulder blades. Feel yourself really stretch now. I can feel my shoulder blades just tucked right into that spine, and I'm energetically moving that strap. Soften into the knees, and on an in-breath, let's rotate to the right. On an in-breath, drop back to the center, and on an exhale, take it over to the other side. Draw it all the way back to neutral, and gently release the arms down. Allow the strap to fall to the floor, and let's heel toe in. Nice. From there, let's bring the hands to the low back or the low hamstrings. Here or here, wherever it feels good to you. And then just bring the front hips forward into a camel pose so you don't have to get back onto the knees. Head can come all the way back if you choose or not. One more full deep breath. Nice. On an in-breath, come up. And I want to do one more with the arms. So re-grab your strap. I forgot to do this one. I apologize. We're going to take the strap back behind us. Make sure that you've got your knuckles on top of the strap and take it wider than your hips. Let your feet be as wide as you would like, maybe shoulder width apart. And then we're just going to soften into the knees and roll all the way forward. This is a deep opening for the shoulders. Try to bring the strap all the way forward as the crown of the head comes to the floor. My shoulder blades have lifted as far up towards the top of my shoulders. Take a full in breath and breathe into the stretch. This is a deep stretch into the arms. Arms really wide. One more breath. Soften into your knees and on an in breath, slowly roll back out. Try to keep the arms lifted and then slowly release them down. Woo, drop the strap and roll the shoulders back and then forward. Nice. And then just come right on down to sitting bones. Those legs ought to be feeling pretty stretched. Lengthen the legs all the way out, please. Good. I'm going to turn sideways. We're going to take and cross the right leg over the left. Make sure that you keep that left leg engaged. If you can, bring the heel back as we come into a twist. We're going to roll right into the thigh. So lift up nice and tall. Feel that beautiful elevator shaft. And then use your arm to hug and roll. I can remember as a child, all of us cousins would gather and we would put on play productions. We'd drag mom and dads out and grandma and grandpa. And we would sing, let your head go from shoulder to shoulder. All of these wonderful, fun, creative things that we did, that all of us did as children. One more full deep breath. Make sure that you really engage the core at the bottom of the breath. And then come forward, please, and take your counter twist. And then gently come all the way forward. Bring the fingertips out to the side. And just rewind the legs. So maybe your one leg is lengthened out like mine is right here. Make sure that the heel is in line with the sitting bone and the shoulder. Walk that bent knee as far up as you can. Lift the spine tall. Use the arm to hook and then roll right into that thigh. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. Working to get those shoulders right in line with the knee. Trace the smile right along the collarbone. Full deep breaths. Lift the chin, open up. And then take it all the way over to the other side, open the chin. Find your spot and take 2 more deep breaths. Really engage the core in your twist. That really detox all of the organs. It brings stimulation into the digestive system, really bringing deep circulation. On an in-breath, come forward and gently take your counter twist, please. Nice. On an in-breath, gently come forward. And we're just going to lengthen both legs all the way back out, please. We're going to take and bring the right foot inside, those if we're inverted tree pose. We're going to take the strap and place it onto the elongated leg. And we're going to use the same arm as the elongated leg. We're going to press the bent foot into that inner thigh. And we're going to adjust the front strap so that we can bring the back arm open. Try and lift the heel of the extended leg at the front of the mat off the floor and draw the toes towards the shin bone. Allow the eyes to look at the hand back behind you, please. On an in-breath, bend into the front elbow and come all the way forward. Take that arm outside the front leg if you can. On an in-breath, stretch and open. 4 more times, stretch. Come forward. See if you can come forward a little bit more each time. Please flow with your breath. Bend into that front elbow. Really use a nice traction as you stretch and open. Feel that nice external rotation of that back shoulder. Last one. Nice. Come all the way forward and use opposite hand to grab the strap. Lift up really nice and tall. We're going to bend into that elbow and we're going to bring the sternum right down towards the kneecap. On an in-breath, rise back up. I really have a traction leg here. This extended leg is very strong. On an exhale, pull forward and lift. One more time, take it all the way down and take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. Allow yourself to really flatten the sacral and low back. This should be a nice stretch. And then on an in-breath, gently bring it up. Release the strap and bring the inverted or the bent leg forward and give it a nice stretch. That one leg should feel longer than the other, the one that was in tree pose. Let's switch sides. Bring the other foot inside. You can also take a block and place it underneath this bent knee if you need. Again, line up, heel, hip, shoulder. Use your strap. The strap is nice because it gives you a really good traction. I'm going to adjust my arms so that I can lift and bring my shoulder right up on the top of my hip. I'm going to compress the bent knee down towards the floor as I rise up through the elevator shaft. Now I'm going to take that back arm as I turn my head back to look. And I'm going to really stretch. I'm going to draw the extended legs, toes towards my rib cage. I'm going to pull the shoulder blades down and really reach. Take a full in-breath, and on the exhale, bend into that front elbow. Bring that front hand forward and outside the leg. Inhale, open. Exhale, take it across. Again, a nice deep breath, open. And exhale, try to reach further. Again, open. And bring it across. Last one. Nice deep opening. Really reach. Deep stretch. Take a pause here. Try to square the low back and the hips and shoulders. One more breath. Shoulders aren't going to be squared with hips, excuse me. Nice, and then on an in-breath, let's just draw it up. On an exhale, let's switch. So we're going to hold with the opposite hand. Let's bring this top arm up. Nice. Breathe. One more breath. Really press into your heel of the extended foot. Press the bent knee foot into that inner leg. And then on an exhale, I'm going to bend in to the arm opposite of the leg. I'm going to bend into the extended arm to the side. I'm going to bring the sternum towards the knee. Inhale, rise. I just added a little bit of a different element to show you that you can add and make this your practice. Breathe. One more time. We're just allowing ourselves to use a few more body parts. Come forward and take a full in-breath. And a full out breath. Really allow yourself to nurture and soothe the low back as we stretch that low back. You can take the back of the extended leg knee crease towards the floor, or you can keep it bent. And then on an in-breath, gently rise up and release. Extend the bent knee leg out and give it a good shake. From there, let's bring the soles of the feet together far away. This is another nice way to open up the belly of the hamstrings. Press them away. If you have a block, you can place it underneath your feet. We're going to square hips and shoulders. Make sure your heels are in line with the groin and the navel. Take a full in-breath and just begin to hinge forward. Feel yourself just open. Some of you will bring your hands down underneath. Some of you will just come right up on top. You can allow the back to round, or you can keep it flat. Where is your best stretch? Notice if it's in the hamstrings through the glutes. Is it different from right side to left? Just continue to breathe. Nice deep breaths in and out. One more here. And then on an in-breath, rise all the way back up. Lengthen the legs out and give them a nice stretch. We're going to roll on to the right side. So allow yourself to turn onto your mat. We're going to come all the way down. You're going to bring your right ear right onto the inner right arm. If you want, you can lift up. It's what feels comfortable for you. You're going to make sure that your heels are in alignment with your hips. And you're going to use the top arm to balance. Pull the shoulder blades down so that you can traction with that top arm. And then on an in-breath, we're going to raise the top leg. And as we raise it, we're going to turn the leg open so that the toes stack right up over here. On the exhale, turn the toes back towards the side of the mat and bring it down. Inhale up, take it slow, feel the rotation. Try to bring that foot all the way forward. On the exhale, nice and slow. These are slow, mindful movements. Use those muscles, move through mud. Open up, extend. Deep stretch. Exhale, really anchor that bottom leg. Feel the rotation as we switch muscle groups. Last one. All the way up to the sky. 9. And on an exhale, bring it back down. From there, allow yourself, please, to lift the top leg. Flex into the foot. Press into the heel. Extend into that leg. And then squeeze the bottom leg up to it. You can really feel that engage the quads, engage the glutes, belly tight. One more breath. Press the heels, the inner feet together. Really lift and energize. And release. Bend into the knees. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. So both of the knees are bent forward. Again, if you're more comfortable, you can lift up like this. Just make sure you're in alignment. We're going to take and use the top hand to grab the top ankle. And we're going to sweep the knee back behind us. You can keep this knee bent. You can lengthen this leg out so that it gives you more stabilization. We're going to keep this hip in line, and we're going to draw it all the way forward towards our rib cage. And on an exhale, take it back into the stretch. Full in breath. Exhale, keep that hip level. Inhale, extend. Deep stretch. Bring it in. Inhale, lengthen into the stretch. Exhale. And inhale. Last one, find your quad stretch. Breathe into it. Keep that hip level, not like this and bring it back. You want it level so that my hip and my knee are in the same plane. Use that bottom leg to anchor. Bend into that bottom knee, stack them, and take an in-breath and an out-breath. Use your top arm to lift up and just rotate sides. Bring it all the way down on the side. Lengthen out. Again, you can keep your arms stretched and hold it like this. Make sure you're in alignment. Your heels, your glutes, your shoulder, and your head. We're in a nice long length here. Take a full in-breath. Leg up. Rotate the toes. And bring it down. You're going to find that this is a little bit of a balance. Draw it up. And then gently bring it down. Again, rise up. Rotate that leg, bring it forward. Nice slow movement down, controlled. You have to really contract the muscles to bring it down slow. So lift the toes up towards the sky, bring them towards the crown of the head. Gently bring the heel down, turn the toes in, slowly descend down. Use those leg muscles. Working inner, outer abductors and adductors. Nice and slow. Breathe. Last one, all the way up to the sky. Nice. Rotate toes. Slowly, my leg is really engaged here, that top leg, and bring it down. On an in-breath, readjusting if you need. Top leg up, bottom leg lifts. Breathe. Squeeze those legs together, inner feet together, press into the heels. Engage the core muscles. You can come all the way down, no tension into the low back. Stay in alignment. One more full deep breath, really squeeze and engage. And gently release. Knees come forward. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. I can remember as kids, my grandma had a clothesline and we'd take all of her sheets and blankets and pillows, grab that top ankle, and then just begin to extend back. And we would build these most magnificent Taj Mahals outside. All the things we did, all the creativity, all of the fun, all the projects. Make sure you keep that leg in the same plane. Working in, I find this side is much tighter than the other. Two more, nice deep stretch. Find your stretch, really open up and draw it back in. Extend it out. Good, bring it back in. Last one, hold the stretch. I've moved my hand to the top of my foot, my palm, and I'm really taking a nice quad stretch. And then gently release. Allow yourself to transition right onto your backs, please. So down flat onto your backs. We're going to allow ourselves to begin to stretch in the hips and create some length. So both legs lengthened out, please. We're going to take and draw the arms out to a T from the shoulders, palms down. We're going to keep the head straight until I cue you to turn it. Make sure the feet are hip width apart. Make sure you're in alignment. Look. Center your head. On an in-breath, we're going to take and rise the right leg all the way up to the sky. And we're just going to use both hands to frame. Maybe you're framing down on your lower, your back of your hamstrings. Some of you may be able to hold up by your ankles. Try to keep your chin tucked in as much as you can and hover the lengthened out left leg. And then just allow maybe the head to come up. And as you bend into your elbows, just try to soften into the hamstrings on the right leg. Let the feet go soft and find a deep inner stretch. My right knee is soft. If your head gets tired, bring it down. You can also use your strap for these. Allow Extended left leg to hit the earth and soften up onto that right leg. Use your left hand and bring your right arm back out to the T, palm down, straight from the shoulder. Take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, keep your head neutral. Bring that right leg across the body and maybe all the way to the floor. If you can't reach the floor, then hold it with your bottom hand. But if you can, let it touch. Keep your head neutral, please. Adjust your shoulders. Use your left hand to hold that right leg. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. Breathe into the stretch on the right back half of the back wall of the body. One more breath here. Notice that when the left toes have rolled to the left, they're not straight up in the sky. That leg has to open in order to facilitate bringing that leg across the body. We're going to gently lift that right leg up off the floor. You're going to take and hug the right hind cheek. And you're going to press into the right heel. You're going to feel how heavy that leg is. Please turn your head now to the right. Keep the right shoulder blade down and keep a deep engagement into that right leg as we build strength into the hip. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. Full in-breath, full out-breath. One more breath. Really hug both hind cheeks. Engage that hip. On an in-breath, bring head back to neutral. And on another in-breath, the leg back up. Bring the left toes up to the sky. Lay still on the floor and bend the right knee into the chest. Allow yourself to bring knee to nose and gently bring the head back down. From there, we're going to work on the right side. So again, lift up and look and make sure that your left extended leg is in line with your left shoulder. Center your head as you bring your head back down. We're going to bring the left arm out to the side, and we're going to start transitioning and working into the knee capsule and into the inner thighs, stretching and strengthening. Take a full in-breath. We're going to keep the head neutral, so look right up into the sky. Slightly tuck the chin in. On an exhale, we're going to use the right hand to bring that knee out to the side. You can bring your hand on the outside of the right knee, but you want to keep the left hip down. On an in-breath, bring it back up. Mine did not go all the way to the floor. So really anchor. I'm going to now take my left hand to my left hip. We don't want that left hip to leave the floor. So on an exhale, open up the knee. Straight out to the side. See how I'm using my hand to hold? And I can feel the stretch all the way through those inner attachments. And then draw it up. Exhale, release, but do not let the left hip rise. Try to keep your right heel in line with the right knee. Bring it back up. Look in for that left leg. Keep the left toes to the sky, knee out to the side. And one more time, open it up. Now we're going to allow that right knee to come all the way to the floor. You may need to place a block. You may need to bring the knee further away from your face in order to get it down. Please tuck your chin into the hollow of your throat. Really anchor the left leg and bring the left arm out and the right arm out into a T. Palms down. Press the shoulder blades into the earth. Square your hips, so you're going to lift that right knee a little bit up off the floor. On an in-breath, we're just going to sweep the right heel out and lengthen through that right leg. On the exhale, we're going to bring the right foot back into the inner left leg into tree pose. On the in-breath, lengthen the leg out. Try to keep the hips squared. I have to keep pressing my left sitting bone down. And on the exhale, bring it back in. Again, extend out, flow with your breath. Exhale in. Last one. And bring it back in. On the in-breath, hug the right knee into the chest and tracking it right into happy, happy baby. Use your left hand to press on your quads, your upper thigh bones, and allow yourself to keep bringing the foot more so towards your crown of your head, breathing into the belly of the hamstrings. One more breath here. You can also hold your happy baby like this, bringing your arm on the outside and using your hand and elbow to cradle. And then very gently come into full happy baby. Try to bring the heels more so towards the top of your head. You can let a little bit of the low back step off the floor. Breathe into it. The more you bend into your knees, use your arms to squeeze into the legs. This is such a nice opening for the low back. You can press the tailbone more so down and the shoulder blades down. You can have the feet straight up to the sky. Where does it feel best for you? Remember when we were kids, we could probably stretch our legs straight out and touch our toes to the floor. We were so flexible. Very, very gently, we're going to switch sides. So allow yourself, please, to anchor the right leg. So we're going to take and lift the left leg up to the sky. Hug that knee into the chest. Again, look at the make sure you're in alignment. And then lift it up to the sky. You can hold here. Keep the knee soft. That would get into the belly of the hamstrings. If you want a deeper stretch, you can allow an increase to straighten. Grab where it feels good for you. Tuck the chin in towards the hollow of your throat. Don't let it rise up in the sky or put pressure on the cervical spine. Maybe you lift that right leg and come in and hug in. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. Allow the legs to go soft so my feet are just natural. And I'm taking nice deep breaths as I soften into the muscles. I can feel a deep stretch into my right quads, and I can feel a deep stretch into my left hamstrings. If the head gets heavy, bring it down. Tuck the chin in. Allow the right leg to come to the earth. I forgot to cue, if it bothers you to have an extended leg bent into the knee, then again, make sure it's in line. We're going to take and hug the left knee into the chest and then extend it up to the sky. So whether your right leg is extended out, if the right knee is bent, you're going to have to really anchor. Let's bring the arms out to the side. Take a full in breath. And to exhale, you're going to take it across the body. You're going to have to roll. If you have a bent knee, you're going to have to roll that right knee to the floor and come onto the outer edge of that right foot. Otherwise, your right leg is extended. You're going to let that foot come all the way down onto the floor. Keep the head straight up towards the sky. Press into the shoulders. Breathe into the hip stretch. Stretching through all of the left half of the back rib wall. Soften and breathe. One more breath. My foot is on the floor. My left foot is on the floor. Some of you may be able to use your left hand and hold your right hand and hold your left toes. Now we're going to lift that left leg up. Engage, press into the heel, flex the foot. On an exhale, turn the head to the left. Anchor the shoulders down. And really engage through the left sitting bone into that left hip. Keep that left leg really engaged as we build strength into that hip. Full in breath, full out breath. One more full deep breath, please. Nice. On an in breath, bring it all the way back up. Right toes to the sky, bend the left knee into the chest. Bring the arms back out to a T. Anchor, make sure you're in alignment. And we're just going to let that left knee come to the side. You can use your left hand, but you want to keep the right hip down in a square. Inhale, rise. Exhale, melt. Inhale, rise. You can use that left hand. Bring it down nice and slow. Feel the engagement of those inner thigh muscles. Pause. Bring it up. One more time. Melt it to the side. My hand is really not holding the leg. I'm using the leg to hold the leg, the inner leg muscles. Now allow that leg to descend all the way down. Press into your right sitting bone. Look back up and make sure you're in alignment. From there, bring both arms out to a T, palms down. Keep your right hip down. So if lifted, you'll see it lifted my left knee a little bit. On an in breath, lengthen out that left leg. On the exhale, bend into the knee and bring the inner foot, left inner foot to inner right leg. Inhale, extend. I'm just gliding it on the mat. Exhale, bring it back in. Use your muscles to draw the foot to the inside of the leg. Bring it out to the side. Gently bring it all the way back in. And one more time, extend it out. And exhale back. Place your foot onto the floor and slowly draw the knee up. Bend into the right knee if it's not bent already, and imprint the low back. Sweep the arms beside you and gently lift the knees right up on top, sway into the toes. Imprint the low back, bring in the core. If you need, you can bring your hands back behind your head and hold. Or you can use one hand and just hold and engage. Let's build a little bit of heat before we come into Shavasana. You can see that I'm bringing my heels in line with my knees. I'm keeping my low back imprinted, front core imprinted, and I begin to elongate the knees away from my face. But I can only go so far without losing the imprint of my back. Another couple breaths. One more. And on an exhale, hook the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Slowly bring the soles of the feet together up above the groin. Elongate out the arms. Bring the knees out to the side into a deep stretch. Try to touch the heels of your feet right to the center groin. Let the arms get as long as they can get, and draw the knees towards the earth. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. One more full deep breath. Try to tuck that chin in. Roll the head gently to the right, please, and breathe into the left neck wall. Take another full deep in breath. Bring the head to neutral. And on the exhale, take it over to the other side, please. I'm starting to soften into my arms as I breathe into the right front neck.
Bring the head back to neutral, please. And just gently bring one foot down and then the other. Stay in butterfly. And just use your hands about the mid-inner thigh. My back is naturally arched. Chin tucked into the chest. Take a full in-breath. Full out-breath. Very gently sweep the hands to the outside of the legs and use your hands to gently bring the legs back together. If you choose, you can lengthen your legs out for Shavasana. You can heel toe, keep your knees bent, and just heel toe your feet out wide, and then just slightly let the knees fall towards each other. You can take your legs up the back of the couch or a wall. I just want you to find a nice space. And then I want you, please, to begin to feel the back body get very heavy as it settles into the earth. Make adjustments. Make sure that however you have chosen to sit, you feel really, really comfortable. And then begin to feel a softening through your face. Take a full in-breath in, and then slowly let it all the way back out. Again, take a full deep breath in, and slowly let it out. And then find that place, a happy place in childhood. Perhaps it was, for me, it was always out in the trees and nature. But find your place. Maybe it's your favorite place in a lovely room, a chair. You're outside, forest, maybe you're in palm trees. And just allow the back body to snuggle into the earth. And let the breath find its own natural rhythm. Allow yourself to feel the skin that's touched by the air. And then just in your mind's eye, as you're resting down, allow, again, in your mind's eye, open up the sky. One of my favorite pastimes with my friends, as we would sit and giggle and chat and yell like this. And we just watch the clouds. Sometimes we would talk, and sometimes we would just get really quiet. We would just allow ourselves to drop in and watch the clouds as they did their natural dance in the sky, transforming from a dragon into a light. Just allow yourself to take just a few more breaths and immerse in like a child, delight in presence in the sun. No cares in the world, just allowing it to be. Feel a gentle smile descend down the inch deep and flat. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Take your skyscape away and imagine all of us in the fitness room at Windermere. Begin to move larger muscles, please. Maybe draw knees into the chest and then roll onto one side and give yourself a very gentle hug. Feel the sweetness of that childhood, the sweet parts, and then bring it up to the sitting bones, sitting however it feels comfortable for you. And bring the palms to the heart and back forward. Feel that beautiful childlike wonderment is up from the base of your belly, the first three chakras. And notice today how the focus was on the happy times of childhood. It wasn't always happy, but we can always shift. We heal what didn't work for us so that we can always be in a space of happiness and ease. With your eyes closed, I want you to imagine that you have a bubble wand. Remember how we used to do bubbles as kids? Or at least I did. Place it in your right hand. And then on an in-breath, everybody open your eyes.
And just sweep the arms out to the side. Just imagine that you have all of those bubbles. Ride the bubble until we meet again.